Good morning, my friends. It is about 9 a.m. on this Monday morning, and I'm ready to get the day started together. Since I've started working from home, I have been really enjoying the ability to have a slow start to my mornings and having the flexibility to work my own hours. Before I left my previous job, I would have to wake up very early each morning and felt super rushed by the time that I got to work. So I feel extra appreciative for this job, especially as we begin a new week. The first thing that I want to do today is pack some pending orders, but before I do that, I want to open up and set up my new thermal label printer. Those two things are my main priorities because I do want to make a stop by the post office later today. I want to sketch out some ideas for the June wallpaper to go along with my upcoming newsletter. I also need to edit a video for TikTok and Instagram that I would be posting either tomorrow or the day after. And lastly, I would also like to work out some ideas and maybe some sketches for the next coloring book. I just released the spring coloring book at the beginning of this month, but I want to have the next one, which will be a summer themed book, to be ready by the end of June or early July. So I really need to get going on that. But that's pretty much all I'd like to get done today. I've realized that it's better for me to stick to about 3 to 4 big tasks each day to avoid overwhelming myself. So let's get right to work. I recently have gotten a new label printer from MUNBYN. They very kindly offered to send me one of their AirPrint Wi-Fi printers, which I am very excited to use. This printer can be used through a wireless connection with your computer, your phone, or tablet, with no need to use a cable, which is something that I think is a huge plus. I got this cute pink one in this stand to go along with it, and with it all set up and ready to go, I am all set to start packing some orders, but first I have to eat, so let's have some breakfast. Today I have about 12 pending orders to pack, and they're all coloring book orders. Currently, I have 3 coloring books available that are all themed around the seasons. So I currently have a fall one, a winter, and the newest one is a spring themed book. So to finish off the seasonal coloring books, I still have a summer one to do. And like I mentioned earlier, I want to have it available for late June or early July. And since May is basically over, my priority for the next few weeks will be just that. I tend to work fairly quickly, and this will technically be my 7th coloring book that I've done, so I have a process that works for me, so I'm not really too worried. My first 3 books were done a few years ago, and I don't sell those anymore, mainly because my style has changed, and just because they don't feel like me anymore. But I'm much more happier with my newest ones, and I think that is very reflective with the reception of these books. I've started making coloring books again last September. And since then, I've received such positive feedback and support. And it just makes me feel so happy and so filled with love to see so many of you enjoy them. I also just really love coloring books, and not just my own, but coloring books in general. And it's just such a cool experience to be able to color in a coloring book of my own art. I love that. And for me, it really feels like I'm healing my inner child who so badly wanted to grow up to be an artist. So, with the orders all packed, I am going to start using the new printer. And I'm really loving that I don't have to have this one on or nearby my desk anymore. It's just much more convenient to have it on my shelf over here. And I definitely recommend a Wi-Fi thermal printer like this one. So if you're in the market for one, MUNBYN did give us this 20% off code to use. So I'll leave the link for where to find them down below. And I just want to give a thank you to MUNBYN again for sending me this lovely printer. I have a newsletter that goes out every other week, and as a thank you for signing up, I also offer a free monthly digital wallpaper that I like to send out with the first newsletter of each month, which for me is a week from today, so I really need to work on that illustration. But to do that, I need to figure out what that will be. I don't always do a themed wallpaper, but right now I've started to feel really excited for summer again. Like, I feel that I haven't been excited or looked forward to summer since I was a kid. Back then, I loved summer, and I think it was my favorite season. And it's because I felt like I had so much time to do all sorts of fun activities, like making art, obviously, going to the pool, watching movies, playing outside, eating ice cream. And I currently don't have really anything planned for the summer, but I don't know, it just feel like I'm starting to fall back in love with summers. So I think I'm gravitating towards a beach or sea themed wallpaper for next month. I just got back from dropping off my packages at the post office and I've had my lunch. So now I want to spend some time to edit this reel/TikTok that I want to post. I usually like to set aside at least one day to work on content creation for the following week, but last week I was kind of busy, so I didn't get a chance to actually work on this week's content. So that's what I'll start on now. This will be a color with me video, and in it, I'm coloring in one of the pages of my spring coloring book. I actually get a lot of inspiration by others who have colored in my books, and I think it's just so cool to see how differently everyone colors and the colors they pick, and just seeing the page come alive. I really enjoy sharing these types of videos, and I love to see them. To start the coloring book process, I do what I always do and what I love to do, and that is to make a list of possible ideas. It really just helps me get the ball rolling, and it really sets me up to get things done and get the process going. Each coloring book has 18 coloring pages, so I just jotted down some possible ideas that I had in mind. I love taking inspiration from my real life experiences and the memories that I have, but I would also love to incorporate yours as well. So if you have any suggestions for any type of summer activity or memory, something that you think would go really well in this book, please comment them down below. I would love to hear what you have in mind. I would also love your suggestions and input on what other themes you'd like to see from me in the upcoming year. One idea that I do have for a future book is to turn my doodle sketchbook into a coloring book. I've always enjoyed doing cute little doodles with just a brush pen, and I've been sharing them here and there throughout the past years. And many of you have shown interest in coloring these doodles, and I think that is a wonderful idea. So I've been working on a dedicated sketchbook that just has these kinds of brush pen doodles since the start of this year. But I don't think that'll be ready until maybe next year. So in the meantime, I am open to your suggestions for what you want to see next. I think I ideally would like to release maybe one more book after the summer coloring book for this year, but I don't have any concrete ideas for what that might be yet, so I'm really open to your thoughts. I know I've gotten a couple of requests for some more sea animals, so that could be a possibility. I've also been asked for a space-themed coloring book, but whatever we decide on, I want to make more of what you want, so I'm very open to your ideas. So please feel free to leave them down below in the comments. I've been doing a little daily drawing in my planners this year, and it's just been the most fun. Towards the end of last year, I noticed that I hadn't been doing as much art as I once had, and so I wanted to change that. So, to do that, I got myself this planner. This is an A6 Hobonichi, and I got it because it had so many great reviews, so I thought to try it out myself, and I gave myself the challenge to draw in it every day just to bring back a bit of creativity and art into my daily routine. And it's been going really well. I've been able to keep up with it for the most part. I've only fallen behind a couple of times here and there, but I've been able to always catch up, and I really look forward to seeing my well-loved planner filled with all my colorful doodles at the end of the year. But for now, I just want to say thank you so much for stopping by and joining me for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed watching and coming along with me throughout a day in my life. And like I said, I'm so excited to share a complete flip through of my planner with you later this year. But for now, I'll show you a flip through from the past month. I hope that you two were able to get some work done with me today, and thank you again for watching. I hope that you all have a great rest of your day and a week ahead of you, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!